Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. Friends, we are discussing about different units of the first course of MA Education program of Indira Gandhi National Open University. We are discussing about the course that is MES-011 Understanding Education. Under this course, we have already discussed the first unit and at present we are discussing the content of second unit. The title of second unit is Education, a Purposive and Continuous Process. In our first program of this unit, we have already discussed that the purpose of education, what is the purpose of education. Then further in this program we will discuss about the aims of education. Friends, when I was talking about the purpose of education, at the same time I have also discussed very little bit about the aims of education, but here in this program we'll discuss with detail that what is the real aim of education. Okay, so here you see when we talk about the aim of education, we mostly discussed about two types of aims of education. One is the individual aims of education, and second is the social aims of education. And further we will discuss about the synthesis between the individual aim of education and the social aim of education. Friends, you see in a democratic country, as I have already said, that in a democratic country individual is given utmost priority, you can say, means the prosperity of the individual, the rights of the individual is given importance, because individual is a part of the society. So the development of the individual will reflect for the development of the society. So if you will not develop the individual, then ultimately the society will not be developed. So that's why for the prosperity of the society, you can say first the individual development is required. So that's why in a democratic country you will find that the state takes the responsibility of the education system. The state takes the responsibility for the development of the individual. It shapes education, it provides different opportunities for the development of the individual. So here you see when we talk about the aims of education, the first aim of education, that is you can say the individual aim of education. So under the individual aim of education, the first aspects that we'll discuss, that is the physical development. Friends, I have already said that a good mind lies in or lives in a good physique, you can say. Good mind lies in a good physics. It means the person who is having a good physical health, then definitely you will find that mentally that person is good. Means the mental operation, the thinking, the imagination, and other aspects, other mental activities, actions that the person is doing quite good. So it means you can say the physical development of the person, that is one of the individual aim of education. So education should enable the individual for maintaining a good physical health. Then further when we talk about a good physical health, that also helps for retaining, for constructing a good mental condition of a person, or that's called as the intellectual development. So friends, when we talk about the psychological construct or the psychological attribute of intelligence, we can say that the factors of intelligence may be from the heredity as well as from the environment. Means for our intellect, we get the qualities from the heredity, means from our parents, from our from the generation, or from the family from where we are belong. Means the contribution for intelligence is from the heredity, at the same time from the environment also. Environment also means we are living in a society, we are educating ourselves, we are practicing many things in the society, and you can also say that in the process of education we also practice many things. So here you will find that our environment, our educational situation, the school practices, our curriculum, that also helps us for acquiring the intellectual development. So friends, this is also, you can say, the aim of education, or specifically this is the individual aim of education, that to be a good intellectual, to understand the things better, to do any activity with perfection. Okay, so that's why with a sound physical development we also require a sound intellectual development. So achieving good intellectual development is also one of the individual aim of education. Then further we can discuss about the emotional development. You see friends, many a time you see you are reacting in a situation. Okay, so you will find that how you are reacting in a situation and how your friends are reacting in a situation. Just to remember your school days, just to remember your college days. So you will find, you will experience, and you can realize that there are most changes within you. Means your reaction, your emotional behavior at the school stage is something different from your emotional behavior at the college stage. Means when you are a young child, or when you are you can say a grown up child, you will find that you have achieved the emotional maturity. So here the individual aim of education is to achieve the emotional maturity. Means how to deal a society, deal a situation, and how to behave with others. You just just think over that in a school, in a classroom, when you are working with your friends, when you are sitting with your friends, or in a college when you are sitting with your friends, or doing certain work with your friends, how you are behaving. And you see in a playground when you are playing with your friends, with your playmates, then how you are behaving. When you are talking with your teacher, how you are behaving. When you are talking in your family with your parents, with other members of the family, of the society, then how you are behaving. So here emotional maturity is required. You see individual gradually learns how to behave in a situation. Okay, so many a time you must have experienced that whatever you are thinking, you are not expressing, because the situation is not demanding to express in such a way. So that's why you are also maintaining a very you are maintaining, or you can say you are controlling your behavior as per the demand of the situation. So this is because of you are controlling your emotion. This is because you have achieved the emotional maturity. So friends, here when we talk about education, this is the aim of education. You can say education helps us for achieving the emotional development, or for achieving the emotional maturity of the students. Then further we can say that the moral development, that is also one of the individual aim of education. We develop morality, what to do, what not, what to do in the family, what to do in the school, what to do in the society, what to do you can say the out of school, when we are coming in contact with different societal members, different different persons in the society. Okay, and how to help others. So education also teaches us to develop the moral values, to develop ethical values, to develop honesty, to develop other values, democratic values. Means that is, you can say, that is the good thing, that is the essence of any individual, essence of any person, any citizen. So that's why this is also another individual aim of education, that is to develop or to achieve the moral development, or to practice moral values. Then further we can also say that the another major aim of education, or the important aim of education, that is for practicing vocation. So friends, here also this is also one of the individual aim of education, that's called as the bread and butter aim of education. So we are getting educated from the school system, from the higher education system, or professionally we are also getting skilled, and we are making us fit for different types of job, for different types of world of work. We are engaging ourselves as a teacher, we are engaging ourselves as a lawyer, we are engaging ourselves as a physician, we are engaging ourselves as a businessman, we are engaging ourselves you can say as a bank officer. So here you see in the world you will find that many vocations are there, many jobs are there, many works are there. So here education helps us to fit oneself, to skilled oneself, to acquainted the individual will acquaint themselves for pursuing certain job, for pursuing certain occupation, for pursuing certain work in the society, for earning the bread and butter. So that's why this is also another individual aim of education, that is for practicing a vocation. Okay, and as per your aptitude, as per your interest, as per your abilities, you can say first learn that vocation, first learn that skills that requires in that vocation, then accordingly you practice a vocation. So that's why this is also another aim of individual aim of education. Then further we have already discussed that you can say the spiritual development. So with practicing a vocation, with moral development, with other aspect of individual development, maybe intellectual development, maybe physical development, you can also say that development of spirit or the spiritual development is also very much important for the part of individual. Means here spiritually you should understand that what really you want to do, and you can observe yourself, you can understand yourself, what you think, what is your imagination, what is your perception, what you think about others. Okay, and you should consider that whatever things which is going on in the society in a very abstract way, though you have the concrete vision, at the same time you should develop certain ability within you to imagine it in a very abstract way. Means how the society is running, how the things are going on in a society in a very systematic way. So that's why, friends, the spiritual development that also control the individual for pursuing the good things, for doing the social constructive work, for doing the social desirable work. So that's why this is also another individual aim of education, that is for spiritual development. So friends, what we have discussed, just to recapitulate, we discussed about the physical development, then after we discussed the intellectual development, we discussed about the spiritual development, the vocational development. All such things comes under the individual aim of education. It makes an individual fit for the society, fit for the community, fit for the nation, fit for the country. Unless the individual is not groomed properly, developed properly, then that individual cannot contribute in a very proper way to the society. Okay, so that's why individual aim is given topmost priority in a democratic form of government. At the same time, we also talk about the social aim of education. So friends, we are living in the society, we have certain you can say responsibilities for the society. So whatever things we are doing, this is for the development of the society. So that's why for a proper development of the society, individual development is required. So for the social development, we have to work for the society, we have to work for the culture, we have to you can say we get socialized from the family, we learnt about the process of socialization. At the same time, we work for the economic development of the society, the cultural development of the society. At the same time, we also work for the political transformation, political development of the society. So friends, when we talk about the individual aim and the social aim, here you see both the aims are related with each other. You can say this is vice versa. The individual aim of education that helps for achieving the social aim of education, further the social aim of education that also helps for individual for achieving the individual aims of education. But in a larger context, we can say that the individual aim ultimately that works for the development of the society, means whatever we have experienced or whatever we learnt from the society, from our education system, from the schools, from the colleges, from different occupation, that is for the society. So that's why individual development ultimately work for achieving the social development. So that's why you can say there is a synthesis between the individual and social aim of education. Both works for each other for the development of each other. A sound society is possible for the construction of the sound individual. So that's why in a democratic country, individual aim is given top more priority in comparison to the social aim of education. But ultimately all individual works for the society, work for the country, work for the development of this nation. So friends, in this program we have discussed about the individual and social aim of education, and in our next program we will discuss about how education is a continuous process.